Toastmasters is your platform partner, Jackson 360, and I want to speak with the presidents, VP of education, and the leaders for the most part of the organization. I wanted to speak with you about the power of personal development and helping each other reach our goals. Now, this applies for many people, not just those positions, but we have to know how to support people and not stand in their way and block them from growing. And there's a balance there. And what I mean is that, I'll give you an example. I remember when I first started Toastmasters, I wanted to enter the speech contest. You have to give 6 speeches. And I remember it was a guy who had always entered the speech contest. He was always the main speaker who would win all the contests. He was intimidated by me. I don't know why, but he was. And immediately the first day I joined, I said, yeah, I'm going to enter the speech contest. He says, no, you're not going to be able to join because you haven't given 6 speeches yet. And, you know, it's only 2 months. There's no way you can give 6 speeches in 2 months. So immediately he wanted to block me. He told me all the reasons I couldn't do it, why I wasn't qualified, instead of telling me, hey, you know what? You can do it. But if you want to do it, you're going to have to give 6 speeches, and this is how you can do that. Join multiple clubs, speak at these other locations. Let me support you. Now, I find that situation happens a lot with Toastmasters. Many times, and just organizations, period, we want to tell people why they can't do something. We want to say, well, no, you can't become a DTM because it's hard. No, you can't reach XYZ goal because you're not qualified, or you can't submit and get your CL because you haven't did X, Y, and Z. Versus, we have to have a different approach. We have to have a positive approach to say, hey, let me show you how you can do this. Let me support you. If you want to do this, let's set up a date on Sunday, and I'm going to call you and keep you accountable to make sure you're getting those signatures in, to make sure you're getting your goals accomplished. See, now you're supporting them by taking the dream, taking the trip with them, and not, versus saying, like, there's a VPE that I know, really good guy, very thorough, but his approach is somebody will send a CL or send a manual, and the first thing he says is, nope, I can't submit this because you don't have X, Y, and Z. Okay, the person leaves, come back a month later, he says, nope, I can't submit it because you're still missing X, you're still missing X. Versus, my question is, are you really trying to help these people achieve their goals? Because if you are, you would develop a game plan with them to say, hey, let's work with this together. At the end of every meeting, I'm going to make sure, I'm going to hold you accountable and check to see, are you getting your signatures? Are you getting your evaluations and your credit? And then let me make sure that it's entered in the system. See, now we're working together versus me just telling you, no, you can't do something because you're not qualified. So it makes me think about how Toastmasters is this personal development organization. However, many times members forget to get personal development outside of Toastmasters. I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I sometimes get caught in these cycles as well, where I do the same thing repeatedly over and over, and it can become stressful at times, and we can forget about how that new person needs us as a leader to help push them. And we have to understand different personalities and who we're dealing with. So I always want to, and how to best reach people. And also, you got to understand that sometimes in Toastmasters, and not just that, just in life in general, especially business, sometimes certain people just are not compatible to work well with each other. You may want to be a mentor or a coach or a leader, and there's certain people that you may not be able to work well with. That doesn't mean you're a bad leader. That doesn't mean they're a bad person. It's just sometimes in organizations there are clashes with people. If you attempt to resolve those conflicts and it still doesn't work after time and mediation, then you guys just have to have a different way to get things done, right? Where we still are on the same team. So we don't want to force a square into a circle. You don't want to force two people to put work together that just are not compatible and are almost, I don't want to say toxic, but they're just not progressive. So, but that's another video. I'm not going to get into that. I just want to remind you all that Remember why you joined a personal development organization. It's for your improvement. It was somebody that was probably there in that club that motivated you. Me, one of my people, it was Anthony Smith, Chicago Speakeasy. He was very motivational. He encouraged me. Also, another guy by the name of Edward Hearn became one of my mentors, world champion public speaker with Bold Literary Talkers. These guys supported me. They didn't say what I couldn't do. They gave me actions to help me along the way. One guy went as far as paid my membership fee to make sure that I got started. I'm not suggesting you do that, but I'm just saying, like, showing people by helping them, you get way more with honey than you do with vinegar. So you just got to know your people, know yourself, and then grow from there, baby. Hey, listen, I got to run, but I want to just share that real quick thought. If you got a comment, please give it to me. We really want to grow this channel. We want to make this one of the #1 sources, not just for Toastmasters, but for communication skills worth millions and leadership skills, period. So let's make this one of the best professional development channels possible when it comes to growing the career, growing your goals, growing your community. With that being said, I'm your platform partner, Jackson 360. Subscribe to the page.